Welcome to Pacific Health and Wellness Center. This is our lovely conference room where we'll be doing workshops and educational things, a little bit of meditation, some yoga. Today we're doing some yoga in our new conference room. And I wanted to start by picking up from last week on working on our Chaturangas and moving around the furniture of your body and doing things differently, getting stronger and getting more mindful in your Chaturangas. So today we're adding to what we did last week by showing a little example of what I'd like to see happen in your upper back. So often when we're in Chaturanga, we're pulling the shoulder blades towards each other to compromise. And what I'd like to see us all do is pull the shoulder blades away from each other and get the widest back and lift the edges of the shoulder to do either a full dipping in Chaturanga or just a mini micro one until we get stronger in the core, the shoulders, and the upper back. So I'm going to demonstrate with Padangusthasana by showing the way I don't want you to do it is in Padangusthasana, bringing your shoulders around your ears and pulling the shoulder blades in towards each other and crunching up here. But instead, I'm going to expand my upper back wide by, in this pose, pulling my elbows out and pulling my shoulders away from my ears, creating space between my ears and my shoulders, and creating a very long and open upper back. And that's what we want to look for in our Chaturanga as well. So last week we talked about going from our first position to the second position, looking forward on the third position, stepping or jumping it back to plank instead of Chaturanga, looking forward. We're taking this little micro bend, and I want you to think this week of keeping your upper back shoulder blades pulled away from each other and nice and wide and feeling almost flat when you're here. And this will help you strengthen and move towards having beautiful form in Chaturanga. So this week in conference, we're still bringing together this idea of why Ashtanga and looking at the beautiful methodology of the practice, and also still bringing together this idea that we're energy practitioners, which is also why Ashtanga. And using the Chinese New Year intention of our thread that we're going to start being energy experts and seeing energy in our life. So starting with that, we made a commitment that we're going to use our yogic powers to start to recognize more energy in our life. And so on Sunday I was kind of having a little bit of fun with this, and I said, you know, the Marvel characters and how the superheroes all have these like special powers, like one person can throw fire and another one can see through walls, and I was feeling like being a little playful, but it's true that yogis have special superpowers, and we develop these superpowers through our practice, through vinyasa, through setting intention. And one of the superpowers I want you to think of and really start to bring more into your consciousness throughout your days and the moments of your life is this idea that as a yogi, you can actually see prana. Now, prana is normally something that's invisible. We can't see breath, we can't see energy, and yet the better you get at practicing energy in your yoga practice, the better you get at seeing it in your life. And so this week I wanted you to feel like either you're 007 and you get those special spy glasses, and when you put them on, you can all of a sudden see the prana and give it value. Or as a superhero, that you can start to, like, everywhere you go, in rooms and people and relationships and words and thoughts, that you begin to see a value to it. This is a bright energy, this thought. This is a heavy energy thought. This is a heavy or dark interaction between someone. And in that, then there's this place, this is your second superpower as being a yogi, is there's this place for you to choose whether or not you want that red, hot, angry energy coming at you, or whether you've created red, hot, angry energy, which is very normal and healthy, but how much we want to keep that. And you realize how often throughout a day that we keep worry, or we keep stress, or we might keep anger. And having this super yogic power to see prana and give it a value is this also opportunity to say, I'm going to flip this. And I'm going to change, I'm going to throw a white snowball at this anger, and I'm going to dissipate this for myself or for this situation. So I was just kind of giving examples this week of just the littlest things in life that we do or we experience, where you might have made a mistake and done something that you're a bit embarrassed about. And again, how long will we hold that embarrassment? And or can we just say we're sorry, make light of it, and then move on. That's part of like seeing the energy for what it is and making a value on that and making a decision like, I'm just gonna like let go of this, you know? Or other situations, like I've had some difficult things in my own life just recently happening, and really talking about this with the people in my life that are also going through this difficult time, and just really making conscious effort to, in those moments, choose how we want to be in this challenging situation. And that's our yogic power. And so this week, you know, I came back to Viktor Frankl's quote when we were doing space training, somewhere in between stimulus and response. There's this space. And I think every day we come to our practice and we do vinyasa and we take this moment to pause in between, is this space. And we're doing this space training that we can take into our life. And for me, like seeing prana and having a value and being a pranic trainer, I've been able to, and my students as well have been telling me, we're really able to create that little space in between. And as Viktor Frankl says, that space in between gives you choice. And in that choice, we make a decision on how we want to be. And in that really lies our freedom and our liberation. And so bringing that quote back this week as you, again, like go through your days and put on your glasses or your superhero powers to be like, everything in your life is energy. Every thought is energy. And to have just enough space in between that energy and your ability to change it at any point is one of the greatest benefits of being a yoga practitioner, of being Ashtangi. And I welcome all of you to join me this week in utilizing your superpowers. Namaste.